Writing great lyrics is a difficult art form to master, but Alter Bridge has this process on lockdown. Their ability to craft phrases and put them into song is objectively incredible. So here are 6 brilliant Alter Bridge lyrics that are guaranteed to change your life. Let's start off with their first record, One Day Remains. It's no secret that Alter Bridge's writing has come a long ways, but even their earliest songs are still a cut above the rest in terms of lyrical proficiency. And one song that demonstrates this more than anything else is Alter Bridge's spectacular fan favorite, Metalingus. This song is heroic and inspiring, but the lyrics are quite dark when you think about it. Take, for example, the chorus. On this day, I see clearly everything has come to life. A bitter place and a broken dream, and will leave it all behind. Or another example, the bridge. Fear will kill me, all I could be. Lift these sorrows, let me breathe. This song isn't just about rising up and becoming a better person. It's also about escaping something before time runs out. The lyrics are laced with anxiety and desperation. Like if Myles doesn't succeed, his past life is just gonna consume him entirely. This makes the song so much more engaging than a standard pump-up track because there are actual stakes at play in the lyrics. It's broad enough to apply to a wide audience, but also specific enough to feel personal and directly connected to real experiences. You feel like you know the band better after listening to Metalingus, like you can really relate to them. That's a powerful thing for a song to accomplish. And Alter Bridge has this on lock with their first release, but somehow their lyrics will still continue to improve over time, which brings us to our next album, Blackbird. Coincidentally, this next song is also entitled Blackbird, and it's another one of Alter Bridge's most popular tracks. For good reason. The 8-minute long Odyssey encapsulates everything great about this band in one song. Dark and depressing guitar riffs, uber tasty drums, guitar solos that will compulsively make you wire transfer your entire bank account to the band, and a haunting story told through Myles's beautifully melancholy lyrics. Blackbird was dedicated to a childhood friend of Myles who passed away from cancer prior to the completion of the song. Myles referred to his friend as Blackbird because the friend had taught him to play Blackbird by the Beatles as one of his first songs, thus inspiring the name of the Alter Bridge version. With that in mind, listen to the opening verse. The willow, it weeps today. A breeze from the distance is calling your name. Unfurl your black wings and wait. Across the horizon, it's coming to sweep you away. This verse alone is so incredibly nuanced, and it's got so many poetic elements to it that you don't usually hear in rock lyrics. For example, the alliteration used in lines 1 and 3. Willow, it weeps, and wings and wait. It's a small element that's really easy to ignore, but it adds so much artistry to the verse, and without it, this song just wouldn't have the same effect. Like a great painting, Blackbird has so many tiny details that one can uncover the more they analyze it, and it continues to amaze me years after my first time listening. If this song doesn't inspire you to try writing lyrics, I don't know what will. You know, every band goes through an emo phase, and Alter Bridge is no different. This next song is the epitome of teenage angst, and yet it doesn't sound ridiculous or corny or like it was written by a heartbroken high schooler. I'm of course talking about the song All Hope Is Gone from AB3. If all you know about this song is the title, it is gonna seem like a typical hardcore, edgy song, but as soon as the verse starts, throw that impression out the window. This song has some of the most eloquent lyrics I've ever heard, and every line moves into the next with perfect fluidity. Let's look at the first verse so you can see what I mean. A tireless stream of indifference flows through veins till the river runs dry. I no longer care. I have all but disposed of dreams that I once held inside. It sounds like Myles is just narrating his inner dialogue rather than singing song lyrics. He's speaking in full sentences with proper grammar, which can sound clunky when sung, but his choice of language is impeccable. I find it similar to how Broadway lyricists will write their songs. In theater, lyrics will often serve as dialogue or to advance the show's plot, so there's usually a lot of information and words crammed into each line. There are distinct differences in lyrics between theatrical and contemporary music, but All Hope Is Gone has a little bit of both. It shares its grim, depressing thoughts with articulate detail without sounding wordy or overdramatic, and that is something that very few rock bands have accomplished. Before we move on to the next song, if you're enjoying this video, I'd appreciate it a lot if you could hit the like button. It spreads the video to a lot more people on YouTube, and it helps the channel grow a ton. If you weren't bummed out enough by the last song, this next one might get you. Waters Rising from Fortress is one of the few songs by Alter Bridge that features Mark Tremonti as the lead singer, and it discusses a fictional apocalypse scenario. I like this song because the lyrical style differs from the rest of the songs in this video, because Mark is the primary writer. I love Mark's writing from his side project Tremonti, so it's awesome to see that make its way into Alter Bridge as well. The lyrics show the perspective of someone watching the world end around them, but the most effective part is not the imagery of annihilation. Instead, it's the person reflecting on how world leaders could prevent this annihilation, but they're choosing not to. Listen to the second verse. This is the season we tear our rivals down. This circle of tyrants will end us all right now. The earth has provided the means to burn it down. Well, don't you see it now? This song is a wake-up call, a command to take action before it's too late. I don't know about you, but Waters Rising always instills with me a desire to make a difference and save our planet, and hopefully it does for you too. It's a powerful ability for a song to have, and Alter Bridge certainly doesn't take it for granted. Speaking of politics, here's another great song that isn't afraid to call us out on our flaws, Twilight from The Last Hero. I've heard from a lot of people that this is one of their least favorite Alter Bridge songs, but it has one of their favorite lyrics. And you might know which one I'm talking about. Divided by differences, now everything is torn apart. Tomorrow is contingent on the tolerance of every heart. Myles himself describes it best, saying, quote, I think that kind of sums up a lot of the tension that the United States is experiencing right now, especially racial tension and intolerance and not understanding each other. And I think that's a line we're proud of. He also says in a separate interview that it's his favorite line from the record, and I agree. So much subtext is captured in those two lines, and since they were written, they've only become more relevant. These issues have been around for decades, and it seems like every day there's some new travesty or violation of basic human rights, and the only way that we're gonna get through all of this is by accepting people for who they are. There's a song from the last record, Calm the Fire, that's very similar, but I think that song's lyrics had to walk so Twilight could run. Alter Bridge may not be as outwardly political as some rock bands, but they are certainly not afraid of taking a stance with their music. That just makes me respect them even more. I've got one more song I'd like to share with you before this video reaches its bitter end. This song comes in just after the halfway point on Alter Bridge's latest album, Walk the Sky, which is ironic considering the title. This song is about accepting one's own mortality and choosing to live life to the fullest, no matter how long or short that life may be. It's an inspiring message, but certainly not an original one. So why does it earn a spot in this video? Well, the song isn't that impressive at first, but then the second verse comes out of nowhere and slaps you across the face with a figurative degree in English composition. Listen to these words and just marvel with me. I've kissed the lips of an angel in waiting. Devil in kind, I've been lost and deceived. The thrill had to fade in this world for the taking. Once I woke up to what mattered, then I could see. Oh, Myles, how do you do it? Some of the lyrics on Walk the Sky are admittedly kind of blah, but then we also have this verse and it's completely different. I actually considered including this song in my video about uplifting Alter Bridge songs, and while it didn't quite make the cut, I still think it's a great motivational track because of its inspiring lyrics. No matter how bleak or challenging our world gets, Alter Bridge has always got our back and knows how to make it a little bit easier. Now, I know there are a lot of great lyrics that I didn't mention in this video, but let's be honest, it would be impossible to mention every single good lyric by Alter Bridge in one video. If I missed any of your favorites, or if you want to see a part 2 to this video, let me know down in the comments. Alter Bridge has loads of great songs, and some of them have the incredibly important job of introducing their respective albums. However, some of these opening tracks are better than others, and you can find out my pick for the best Alter Bridge album opener in this video here. Go check it out, and I'll see you next time.